Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to Monday's message of the week. Today is March 27th. My name is Dr. Michael Bilkus of Soul Alchemy Healing Services, and my website, as you can see on the screen, is michaelbilkus.com. This is being published to my YouTube channel. So please hit like and subscribe, and let's help me build this channel up. So today's message, I drew 5 tarot cards from the Lightseer deck by Chris Ann and published by Hay House, one of my favorite decks and the main deck that I use in most of my readings. And I asked for a message that would be apropos for today for you all to hear, and one that would also be a timeless message so that wherever you are, when you listen to this, there is a gift for you in it. And today's gift is about loss. The message is about loss because, let's face it, if we're going to have anything come into our lives, at some point we may lose it. And the 5 of Cups signifies that, 5 being a number representing freedom, and there's often this loss, this heartache that comes from loss, where we get so focused on what we've lost, we lose track of the blessings of having had that relationship or that thing in our lives. Usually it's more about people that we've lost. And we lose track. I can't get it right over here. This one, you can't see it clearly, but that cup is still filled. And we lose track of what we have because we become so consumed with what was lost and the pain. And a lot of times what happens is, particularly in society, we bury the pain. We feel I have to carry it alone, that I can't share it, that people don't want to hear it. They don't want me to bring them down. Our jobs don't want us to feel the pain. They say, oh, you've had a death in the family, take 2 or 3 days off and then be back at work. Whereas it often takes at least a week to get over the significant pain and grieving. And then that pain can still be carried in your heart years and years later. The next card is the 10 of Wands, which talks all about carrying that burden alone. And when we carry that burden alone, it will crush us. It will numb us. It will bring us to a place where we become so shut down that we don't want to feel any pain anymore, that we can't feel the pleasure either. If I don't open to feeling the pain and experience and processing the grief, I'll never be able to open up to the joy either. And the 10 is saying that it's not a burden that you have to carry alone. It's a burden that you can share. And who out there to share it with but our friend, the King of Pentacles? Now, in this case, this often refers to topics about money and possessions. But here the king is in his chamber. He's got his trusty dog with him, and he's just there, and he's warm and he's welcoming. Now, the king could represent a man or a woman who welcomes you in. In fact, when I opened up the guidebook just to take a quick look at what it says about the King of Pentacles and how it relates to this message, the very first sentence says, exuding warmth, the King of Pentacles welcomes you into his or her study for a heartfelt conversation about life. He can hold the space. She can hold the space for you to grieve, to loss, and to process, to remember that that there was joy, and that you started way back when that relationship began to get you to where you are. And it's that joy that is important to awaken into your heart along with the loss. It's said that in the archetype of the lover, in the archetype of connection, that grief, loss is an entry emotion into that feeling. Because nowhere do we feel that connection with something more than when we've lost it. So our king, queen, the mentor, the healer that welcomes us and holds us also helps us process and heal the self-judgments. All the would have, could have, should haves, had that person or thing still been in my life. Maybe it was a loved one, relationship. Did it end by breaking up? Did it end by argument? Did it end by death? Often we carry all these woulda, coulda, shouldas. Had I only done something different, maybe this would have ended better. And the bottom line is, for most of us, if not all, we're doing the best that we can in the moment when we're doing it. It's not about, I should have done it differently, because I couldn't have done it differently in the time. I need to wake up to what I can do now and how do I take it. And so when I start to heal those woulda, coulda, shouldas, those self-judgments, when I feel and express the grief in a healthy way, then I can once again open to joy. And where do I end up? I end up here, characterized by the card of Temperance, which is truly about balance. What I do is I'm balancing the dark, the grief, the loss with the gold, with the joy. It's what makes me human. Because if I couldn't feel grief, I wouldn't be human, I'd be robotic. So today, my friends, I invite you to open your hearts to whatever discomfort, whatever pain you've experienced, so that you can feel it. Because when you truly feel it, then you could allow it to start to move, to transmute. That's what alchemy is about. And from that, something more beautiful, because then you can open to the joy. You can celebrate the joy of what remains from those things that are no longer in your life, those people that are no longer in your life. And in rejoicing, then you open to something truly new, something beautiful, and you continue to grow as a human. So thank you for listening. And remember, life, it is about the balance. It's about feeling the joy and also the difficulty, the pain, because our hearts can only be open or closed. And if I close to the pain, I close to the joy. When I open to the pain, I also open to the joy. And that experience helps us grow, helps us mature, and helps us to love again. So loving you all and wishing you a beautiful week. Take care now.